Hello everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back if you're returning. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing great. 4XL stiletto coffin tips from Zule. In case you're wondering, make the most badass coffins. They also make the most amazing stilettos. They're literally as long as my finger, literally. But when you put them on and clip off this much, I told you guys about this in my last video or the video before that. What a gorgeous coffin these make. Oh my gosh. So trim at the end. This is the look I'm going for. These are the samples I was making. I didn't know what colors I was going to use. These are some of the products I'm going to be using. And I wanted to show you guys this. I have some of the footage slowed down, so I hope it doesn't look weird, but I know it's going to go by too fast for me to explain. So, this chocolate bar collection right here comes with 6 acrylics, 98 bucks with my code. But if you get their bundle, which is all 6 of those acrylics and this matching gel liner kit, you get the whole thing for $143. This liner kit by itself is $119. If you buy the bundle with my code, that means the acrylics were only $6 each. So if you guys aren't, number one, treat yourself for Christmas. And it's not even treating. People say not polished are so expensive, and they are just not anyway. But when you shop there, that's how I started and built my whole collection, was by buying their bundles, because they have discounted stuff on there year round. You don't even probably realize, but literally this whole liner kit and all of those acrylics that match for fall, for this time of year, for that price. So just think about it, because it's definitely worth it. So right here I'm showing you guys what I'm doing. Like a lot of times I'll just show you the swatch stick or the finished, not the finished product, but how I'm making it. I don't show you like all that I go through before I actually make a set. So I knew I wanted a nude base, and I knew I wanted a nude French, and I knew I wanted a red outline on the French, but I didn't know which one was going to look right. So this was a contender. But once I saw this one on the right, and again, that's done sloppy and everything, that wasn't even the point. I knew I was doing the leopard foil, which I'll show you in a minute. Here we go. And sometimes we'll write it down. So I decided to use the colors are at the top, sea salt caramel and the double fudge. And so then I'll write down on my thumb, I'm going to use the fudge with the leopard foil French cut out with the red outlined and chrome, etc. Then I'm going to find what color I want to use to make my leopard spots. And I also sometimes, well, a lot of times, have to do this to see if I can even do the design. Because, as you guys saw with my quote-unquote zebra, of course, after I did those nails, I looked at other people's nails and realized I wasn't connecting them on the end. But yeah, anyway. So, I also got sent these gels from NOTPOLISH, these ombre kits I'm going to show you. Well, I think I'm showing you only the one that I'm using. There's 4. And I think I show you the one I'm using in today's video. But I do have a video coming for you guys where I'm unboxing a lot of NOTPOLISH stuff for you guys. They've been so kind and generous. They're just amazing. And I will have a different video, a separate video for that. So I do show you a little bit here, but more on that later. Okay, now these painting gels, they don't sell anymore, but I have one of their kits, so I grabbed the red. And I wanted the red to match, but I also wanted a thicker one because I'll show you, I wanted to use it for the aura, and I didn't want it to be very wet. Like right here, I wanted to do the dabbing, so I wanted a thicker painting gel instead of a liner. And this was the first time I was ever doing this, so I'm like, how hard do I rub this in? It really wasn't giving the color I wanted, even though I know that's a really, really pigmented brown. But anyway, I figured it out. So, okay, yeah, I guess I am going to show you some of them. So, this is one of their new products. They are gel palettes, so you can paint your whole, they have this cute little magnetic snapper. Their packaging has gotten so incredibly amazing. Shows you on the back how to use them. They're just gels, but I want to say they're thicker, but they're not. These are so slick and easy to use. They go on like a dream. So you can use them for nail art. You can use them for like aura or, you know, little designs. That is so gorgeous. Wait till you guys see the swatches I do for you in the other video. I didn't open up up those for you guys because I'm going to do that in the unboxing. But literally $64 for all of these, you guys. And the sponge. Yeah. Run over there, use my code, grab yourself some stuff for the fall. They've got some great things over there. So I'm going to do this gorgeous coffin. I don't know if you guys have heard this or not before, or recently or lately, but coffin is not in. I mentioned it briefly in one of my other videos. It's not a trending shape. Everyone thinks it's ugly. Like you should be doing almond, long almond, rounded stiletto, squoval, like square for sure, stiletto for sure. Neither one of those have like faded in popularity, but no one's asking for a coffin. No one wants coffin. No one's looking at coffin. I say hardy har har. I absolutely love coffin. It is my favorite shape, has always been my favorite shape. The more narrow, the better. Almost a stiletto. I love a ballerina. If you don't know what I mean by ballerina coffin, it is just like the most narrow coffin. Like this is a quite narrow coffin. I would consider this a ballerina coffin. I know you know what I'm talking about. Like if I had cut this in half, this nail tip, it still would have been a coffin, but you see how much more wide it would have been at its free edge if this were cut in half? That would have been just like a regular coffin. Whereas it can be really, really narrow at the tip, making it a ballerina coffin. And you can order some tips in the shape of ballerina, but typically that is also a shape that has a really nice C curve, which is another reason I love it, and is usually made or created by using a form. So a ballerina coffin, I don't know if you've ever used forms, but if you put a form on your nail, you can make any shape out of that form, any shape or length, unless you want to double form and make them super, super, super long, but that's what I mean by any. You know, of course there are restrictions, but if you're going to follow the flow of the form, I hope I'm saying that right, but it's just naturally going to make, one, a very nice tight C curve at the free edge, and it's going to give you a ballerina, unless you extend the sides over and make it a square, etc. So anyway, ballerina coffins are typically most easily and commonly made with a form. So whenever I get tips that are super long stilettos that are C-curved and shaped like that, when I got a hold of those stilettos of Zule, that's immediately when I was like, oh, these are my ballerinas now, from now on. I've actually used those a couple of times for stilettos, and I'm telling you what, how long those are, literally as long as your finger. Like if you use them at their full length for a stiletto, you will be just knocking stuff over. You're just not going to be able to button your coat or do anything with those. Those are extremely long. Kudos to Zule. That's what I said the first time I used them. Pretty amazing. Also, when you're doing content and filming on those, the nail, you see where I'm holding my finger right now? The tip of the nail goes like all the way down your wrist. And you have to zoom way out because the nail isn't even in frame because it's so long. It's pretty funny. Anyway, if you love this shape, if you're an OG like me, if you remember making nails on forms, and if you remember when tips didn't come pre-shaped the way they do now, and you like a ballerina coffin, go grab those from Zule. All you gotta do is snip them, and boom, you got the perfect ballerina. Love these. And you guys can let me know in the comments, how you feel about coffin. Do you believe they're ugly? Because to me, I think almonds are ugly. I'm not doing those. I'm just not trending schmending. I don't want to. I think they're ugly. They're not easy to do. When I used to have to do them on Kendra, she didn't really care for them either. She likes full-length stilettos. When I say full length, I mean the length of whatever tip, you know, a long one. But she had got a different job and had to change her length. And, you know, she didn't want them square. Anyway, so I have done them before, but only by client request, not for content. It will not ever be something I choose to do. Anyway, you know how some things grow on you? Like for me, duckies, I hated them. When duckies first came out, I was like, oh, absolutely not. Am I never, ever doing those? And they first came out way back in the day. But I mean, when they started trending again, I was like, no, you're not getting me to do that. I don't like them. They're ugly. I don't want to look at them. I'm not going to make them. And I absolutely love duckies. Love them. Just showing you this color. This is in that chocolate bar collection that I was letting you know about. So is this color. This is also another color from that collection. They're just gorgeous browns. Let's see, what was I going to say? Right. Let me know how you feel about Coffin in the comments. And if you like Coffin, do you like them even when you do like a short set on yourself? Because, you know, you can, medium and short coffins I think are also cute. No, short coffins I don't think are very cute. Medium and long. You know, one time I said something to one of my friends. I'm like, oh, my client came for some full-length stilettos. And she was like, full-length? What's full-length? And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And she was like, well, what is full length? And I had never thought of that before, because what is full length? I mean, you can buy a medium coffin tip and not cut it. And so that would be a full length medium coffin. You could use those Zule 4XL stilettos and use them at their full length. And so then that would be a full length 4XL. But if you just say she wants a full length set, what do you mean full length? It was so annoying, because I was like, what? I never thought of that before. Because whenever you say that, you just, like, we all say that, you know? But yeah, true statement. What is full length? Anyway, I have some, oh my gosh, so many videos for you guys. Just so many. I have I want to do a Day of the Dead set because of all the bright colors. I have to do some content, or some shorts with some bright colors I got. I have to do some 3D flowers on my practice hand with another, I'm tongue-tied. There are a lot of sets I have coming up. Some are Halloween and some are fall, but most are fall. I think I only have one, possibly two more Halloween sets for you guys, which should end up being just pretty good, because the next week is like the 22nd. I know that because I just got back from seeing my doctor. Today is Tuesday. I finally went to have my consultation at the surgeon, and they already have me scheduled for an endoscopy on the 22nd. I mean, that's how quick things roll around here. I knew they would get it going quick, which is amazing. I guess he said, you know, he has to go through the gambit and look inside and do all the tests and things to make sure that I am a candidate for surgery, and to make sure he can perform the surgery, and la-di-da. But this is the second hernia repair, along with my original Nissen fundoplication stomach wrap repair. And when I say stomach wrap, I'm talking about for acid reflux, a Nissen fundoplication wrap surgery, which prevents acid reflux, not a stomach wrap like for weight loss. I don't even know those surgeries. My sister had that surgery, but I don't know if those surgeries can be repaired or cause hernias or not. But just so you know what I'm talking about. Look at this shape. Look at this. Oh, see, to me, that is just the most gorgeous shape ever, for real. Oh my gosh, you guys. So again, this goes by so fast for all my really long video girlies. Sorry, this one's only 29 minutes. But this set was actually pretty easy. Most of it was the planning, but you'll see when we get there. So yeah, he said that he's sure he'll be doing my surgery, but you know, we have to jump through the hoops. It is going to be complicated. It is going to be a big deal. It is, as I feared, not recommended. It is not recommended that you redo a fundoplication or fix a hernia twice. But in some cases, you do not have a choice, and it has to be done. And he says he strongly believes that's where I'm at. But he, of course, like I said, needs to confirm first. I strongly believe that's where I'm at, too. I haven't been able to sleep in over 2 years, so I'm sure that we will be going ahead with surgery. He was very capable, very knowledgeable, and gave me a lot of... confidence is the word that's on my mind right now, but he was confident but not arrogant. Like my last surgeon was so arrogant, I disliked her strongly. A lot of surgeons are, and sometimes the arrogant ones are the really good ones. And so you just don't really care about their bedside manner because you're only going to them for a consultation and a follow-up, right? I mean, they're there to do surgery. They don't have to have the best bedside manner, you know? But she was no good from A to Z. And her brother is a super famous football player. If I said the name, you guys would know exactly what I'm talking about. These are filed and shaped. Just look at it. The coffin with just the right apex. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's why I had to look at them from the side. I like a high apex on a coffin. Oh! Yeah, I don't know how many more sets I'm going to do in coffin, but I hope you guys don't hate them because, yeah, you'll be seeing them. I'm on my coffin kick again. Here it is after it is filed and shaped and cleaned with some swipe. I'm going to go in with some transfer gel. And I'm going to paint it on with a liner brush because I just want it in like a certain section, like a cutout. So that's what I'm doing here. Once I am finished putting it on, I will cure for 30 seconds, not 60. I cure everything for 60 seconds unless the bottle says cure for 30, like if it's a nail art, something that you do nail art with. Like sometimes you got to cure a polish only for 10 seconds to do chrome, something like that. But I cure everything for 60 unless, like I said, it instructs otherwise. And this product does instruct a 30-second cure. After 30 seconds, I'm going to lay on my Leopard foil here. And when this comes out, I'm going to put on the anti-chrome matte top coat from Gabby from Bomb Nails. Gold in a bottle. I ordered another bottle because she has a 40% off sale, and I've already gone through half of this bottle, so I know I'll be using it. Okay, so throughout the design, I do have two things to bring up real quick. One, any of my girlies who are watching, I know some of you are like me, who have every nail, I want to say accoutrement, thingamajig, powder, color, gel, liner, like you are really well stocked with nail stuff, and are kind of collectors, you know, like me. I don't really know what label to give it, but you don't need any nail stuff. I wanted to ask you guys if you are already starting to feel the seasonal I need to buy nail stuff crunch. There are already sales going on. Not Polish for $11 a jar on Nailco. That's happening right now, by the way, if you don't know. Gabby just had a flash sale today, 40% off her entire website. Come on now. Black Friday's coming up. Mystery boxes are coming up. And Jen doesn't need a thing. There's that whole need versus want. So what are you guys doing about this? Those of you that are prepared already and that don't need anything, are you going to try to combat the sales, or are you going to start making lists of things that you could actually probably use if you got, or make lists of things you want to replace, set aside a budget and don't go over that, completely stay off social media so you don't see any of the sales, do a need versus want type thing, or you're just telling yourself, yeah, I'm not getting nothing. Or are you, give me the sales, I'm ready, let's go. Tell me which one you are. That's number one. This Color Santa's Lap is not from that brown collection. It's just one more. No, it's not lighter. The collection has a color one lighter than this called Coconut Cream. But the color that's a lot like this in this collection is the acrylic I used here, Sea Salt Caramel. So that's why I wanted a different one. This has a little bit of peachy pink to it. By the way, on that middle finger, I'm going to make an aura out of that nail, like you might have noticed from the thumbnail or my sample nails. So I put on that brown. I dabbed on that brown from Profiles Backstage and the red from Not Polish, and then cured it. And then when it came out of the light, I put on the anti-chrome matte top coat. So yeah, let me know how you guys are feeling about the seasonal shopping coming up. Or maybe you have kids and you're looking forward to Christmas and it's all about them. I don't know. Let me know what your seasonal plans are as far as shopping goes. Another thing I wanted to ask was, have any of you ever shopped at Profiles Backstage, or did you end up going over and checking it out after I've been mentioning them and using some of their stuff in my last few videos. Just curious if you did or if you liked it. Also, one other thing I forgot to mention was on the transfer gel. One thing I learned that is super annoying about transfer gel, the reason why I didn't, because another thing the bottle says, and like if you watch tutorials or whatever, it will say, the bottle may say, or a creator who's showing you how to use it, or the manufacturer may say, to apply the transfer gel to your whole nail. Even if you only want little cutout sections of foil, then you would just cut the foil and only lay it on that part, but to cover the whole nail. They say that because, you know, it's a gel, and gel can make your nails thicker, so that your nail is all one level surface. They recommend that you put it on the whole nail. Well, when I've tried to do that before, what I've noticed is once I pull the foil off, the rest of my nail stays sticky. Alcohol doesn't make it not sticky, so you can't wipe it off. You have to put on another top coat, like a regular glossy top coat, or, you know, some other gel that doesn't have a tacky layer to get that off, because it is so sticky. Right away you'll start picking up lint and you won't even notice it. You're going on doing your design, excuse me, etc. So just FYI, if you're going to do like a cutout design like this, I recommend only applying it on the area you want to apply the foil, and not like the instructions read, because not just because of it not being sticky, but I don't notice any difference in the level of my nail. Like, that transfer gel isn't so thick that it made my nail thick from gel, if that makes sense, if I'm saying that correctly. All right, so as you can see, I went in with that Tortoise gel polish from Not Polished. It's actually called Tortoise, and it is for tortoise nails, and or it is a brown jelly. I just blobbed it on, and now I'm cured that after I did my Frenchies, cured them, and now I'm just going in with the little black outline that you do on these nails. I'm showing you this really fast because I'm giving you just an example. Now, that first one, the index finger that I did, I only did it in one take. But I wanted to show you, the reason why this is sped up so much is I wanted to show you just how many times that I had to wipe this off. And I think there were like 3 times that I cut out. But yeah, so go ahead and try to draw anything, including, you know, a heart, an X, a star. I still can't do stars. I've tried. It's a struggle. I'll get it though. Anything involving a nail art brush is still quite a challenge for me. But like I've said before, this whole year I have been making an effort to get out my brush, get out my gels, and to try. And this set that I did here today is something I never would have even tried at the beginning of the year. So I know I am making some headway. Not as much. Well, no, I'm actually happy with it. I probably am farther than I thought I would be, but I'm still going to continue, obviously, into the next year. I'm just going to keep going until I feel good. But I'm already looking at nail sets. Like Taha Beauty just put out a video that she did, and while she was doing it, literally every single nail, she was talking about, oh my gosh, I'm scared to do this. It was a ghost face. I would completely have watched the video and been thinking to myself, wow, I wish I could do that. Or whatever, how cool, and oh, she did it, she conquered it. And then maybe I would pick one nail out of each one that she did and think, okay, I can do this, like the French with the drips. Or even just an outline on a French, like I did here, how I outlined these Frenches in red. Never would have done that last year or even the beginning of this year. The chrome, no, was always a hard problem. If you guys haven't used Not Polish's chromes yet, they're so pigmented, they're so rich, they're so silky. I'm telling you, everything of theirs is like luxury. And I was mentioning earlier their packaging, it is just on 10. They have made some changes, and they're just even better. But their prices are the same. I made that motion because look at the way this chrome top coat works. Like, oh my gosh, chrome is so easy now. I did need to darken / deepen up that aura in the center. And since I had this out, I went ahead and used it to do my outline. But because it's so thick, it wasn't giving me as thick of a line as I wanted. I know that doesn't sound like it should make sense, but I kept having to add and add and add it to my brush because it's thick. So whereas a liner gel is thinner and it just works and glides easier. So I did use my red liner gel for my Frenchies, but I think I kept this for the outline on the other leopard nail just because I had it out. Anyway, yeah, I've come a lot farther than I thought I would, and I'm going to keep trying it. And my point about that set that Todd did, I felt like I could try every design. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go check, but basically it was just, you know, this nail had a little lace outline on the French. This nail had a ghost face. This nail had drips that came off the Frenchie. And then another nail had something else. I don't remember right now, but basically those are the sets that really catch my eye. I guess they're called freestyles, or some people, you could call them freestyles. Also, you see right here with this gel how when I get more on my brush, it just kind of stays and lays there instead of slickly like going down the nail, because it's a painting gel. It's not a liner gel. So I was using the wrong product here. And I tried to go in with it on my Frenchie, but I believe I take this off and go with the liner because, as you can see, it just wasn't giving me enough. But yeah, so those are the kind of sets that have really been catching my eye lately and for a while, are what some people call freestyles, which there's a different design on every finger. Oh, I just love that. So I did go in with that gel liner from the chocolate liner kit and deepen up that aura, and that was the like a red brown color. And this, instead of getting out a liner brush, I just used the brush from the gel bottle, because like I've told you guys before, sometimes I forget and get out a brush, because that's kind of like what my brain says to do, but you don't even need to. Their brushes are so good and so fine in these kits. There's a super, super fine point to it, so you can use them right out of the jar too. That's another cool thing. You can see right there where it's separated that the tip is really, really fine. So you guys, this is basically the set. There's only a couple minutes left of the video. Did I dip it in a liner and change that? Because, you know, this is not easy. I don't know what is so hard about outlining a French, but it is not easy. Have you guys tried it? Girl. Yeah. I think I did leave it, but... Oh, one thing I don't think I showed in the video is... Oh, I have nails on now. I'm doing another set for you guys. The aura nail. When it looked finished in the finished pictures, it didn't look finished to me, so I went in with like a big old glop of glossy top gel and kind of like cured it unlevel. So you might notice a difference in the pictures of when I'm done and versus my final pictures. Also, this bow on the right was a different bow. I didn't realize that there were two different ones in each kit. And right here I had missed some on my Frenchie. So yeah, we got a minute left. I'm going to let you guys go. I got lots of sets coming your way, like I mentioned. And I'm sure I left one or two topics dangling because I switched topics between... My doctor, I saw two doctors today. One asked me if I had ever been diagnosed with ADD or anxiety. Like, no. I guess it could be a possibility the way I squirrel and jump around. But anyway, you guys, I hope you love the set. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!